Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Beatdowns with the Boz. So today I have a really sweet blue-red tempo deck. This is a deck that I've seen crop up on MTG Geo a little bit. I've seen it do fairly well at some of the Grand Prix, although it hasn't had a top 8 berth yet. And the list that I'm using today is actually a list that did quite well on one of the online PTQs recently. So to give you an idea of the deck is predominantly flyers, some of which, like Rattlechains and Silumgar Sorcerer, can be played at flash speed, which plays really nicely with the Silumgar Scorns that are also in the deck. And, you've got a little bit of a dragon theme to go along with your Draconic Roar, and it's just really hard to not die to this deck because it's all flyers, it's hard to block, and then it is able to back it up with a little bit of burn. So you get to play this game where you're essentially trying to goldfish against your opponent, and standard is mostly ground creatures and planeswalkers and card advantage at this point. There are certainly tempo elements with Collected Company and Reflector Mage, but with this deck you kind of get to ignore what a lot of people are doing in the format and basically just go for the throat. On the sideboard, you round things out, nicely by just having a little negate against matchups where you need more counter magic. Fevered Visions ends up being an extremely powerful non-creature threat against control decks. Eldrazi Obligator is great against any kind of ramp strategy where they're playing big creatures. Rending Volley helps ensure that you don't lose to the rush of White Weenie, as does Roast. And this card, Seismic Rupture, is particularly great in this deck. Seismic Rupture will probably be coming in against the tokens deck, but also the aggressive white deck. And in some situations, it may even be just like a one-sided Wrath of God. Having a sweeper that just doesn't hit creatures with flying is really nice when your entire deck is flyers. So, I'm looking forward to showing you guys what this deck is up to, and in particular, I think this kind of strategy is going to be something that can be adapted in the upcoming set. You may, instead of blue-red, you may be blue-white and play more of a spirit theme, but this style of deck is something that I think is going to be improving with the new set, so I'm pretty excited to delve into it. Anyway, that's enough from me. Let's get into the games.